Hi, my name is Richard Bromwell and I'm here today to give you a couple of minutes talk about watches. Now, in particular, gents watches. And I'll talk about gents watches because basically I love them. Now, the first watch I'm going to talk about is this little beauty here. This is an Omega MOD or military issue wristwatch. And we know it's a military issue for several reasons. First of all, it's got the little crow's foot mark on it on the front and also on the back. Now also I can tell you it's MOD issue because it's got a black dial, because the last thing you want when you're hiding out in the forests or the jungles or in the Sahara or wherever is to have a dial that is actually reflective. But that's providing you're on the ground. If you're a submariner, it doesn't really matter because you're not going to be seen. And likewise, if you're a Tom Hardy fan and you watched the film Dunkirk recently with him flying along in his Spitfire, he had a very specific Spitfire pilot's watch, which is also an Omega like this. So the watch he is wearing is kind of comparable to this one here. Now, watches, obviously, especially MOD watches, they have to be pretty good at timekeeping, because when you're synchronizing your watch, you don't want to synchronize your watches for someone to leave 10 minutes before you. It might be bad news. So the watches I'm going to talk about today, these are coming up in our big auction on the 24th and 25th of August. And a watch like this, it's probably around about sort of £300 to £500. However, the Tom Hardy watch is probably more like £4,000 to £6,000. So if you've got one of those, have a look at it on the film, give us a buzz. Next up, I'm going to jump a few decades. So that Omega MOD military issue wristwatch there dates to the 1940s, maybe early 50s. This one here is a man's watch, and it's a man's watch. It's huge, isn't it, really? And what is absolutely amazing about this is the rotational dial, which you're going to have a bit of a fiddle through a little later on. And it gives you all the various dates in various different countries. So we've got here, we've got Cairo, we've got Calcutta, we've got Sydney, we've got London, we've got Mexico. So a multifunction dial, and again, very much from the late 60s or early 1970s, and a wristwatch like that, quite a collector's item, and quite a big manly watch, that one, and that's estimated between £600 and £1,000. But we're going to move much more forward in date now to maybe one of the more iconic brands, and this is a gents Rolex. Now, this Rolex, it's a two colour, so it's stainless steel and gold, and it's a date just here, and it comes with all its boxes, packaging, guarantees, little wallet. It's got its extra little links. It's got its original guarantee, and collectors, they all love these little bits and pieces. This watch has hardly been worn, and when you have a close-up in a minute, you'll have a good look at it. And the watch actually is 15 years old now. Coming up in the auction, this is valued between sort of £3,000 and £5,000. So a very good example of a nice gents Rolex wristwatch here with the Arabic numerals, with its box and papers and bits and pieces like that. The market for gents watch is very strong. This is all very much the sort of thing which you can bid live at our internet online at the auction for, and it's very easy to pack and to post out, and people understand it. Often they work, sometimes they don't. You know, we take that all with a bit of a pinch of salt. But I hope you enjoyed that. It's a bit of a quick little introduction to Omega, World Time watches and Rolex, which are coming up in our August auction.